Certainly glad we flipped that coin to see who would go on vacation because I won, and Joe, I just wish you luck at the game on Friday.
And I wish you the best of times in Mexico.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It should be a lot of fun.
Unless
I'll bring you back a burro.
Unless you want to put me in a really big carry-on. I don't know.
No.
No? Okay, well, bring me back one of those big Mexican hats so I can do the Mexican hat dance right here on CTN Sports Night.
If I bring one back, you're going to be doing that dance, pal. But, you know, I have a little surprise for you. Because when I went to Mexico, you said that if I brought you back a sombrero, you would do a little Mexican hat dance here on the set. And so a little hat dance deserves a little hat. And I've got a little Mexican sombrero for you, Joe, and I want you to, we're gonna put it down here on the floor for you, and I want you to do a little dance around it. Go ahead, Joe.
Like, here's my question. How small a dance do you do for a hat that is this small?
Well, you've heard of the minute waltz. This is like the 30-second dance. Maybe not that long.
I'm going to have to unplug here.
Unplug and... No, you're fine. You're fine.
I got
you got lots of cable.
I just got to get the chair out of the way. Here we go. All right, Howie. Just because... Because you said that... I said that I would do it, so here it is.
Here it is, and this will probably be the...
Hey, we've got some
music going.
All right,
very nice, very nice.
That's enough. All right.
Oh, I like that. That will probably be the first and only time we see Joe Young doing a Mexican hat dance. But Joe,
God, I hope so.
That was an honor of you because I saw that little hat and I said, I got to bring that back for you.
It's about the right size.
It is about the right size.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us here at CTN. Before we get started, I just want to talk about a little bit about the volleyball fans because these guys come out and they have such incredible support.
You're losing it, Joe. You're losing it, Joe. Well, obviously, there's a reason for you losing this. Now, Joel Rumps came up to me at the volleyball game and said, would you please wear this hat on Sports Night? And, of course, I can't say no to these kids here at Coon Rapids, and so I'm going to put this hat on. Now, I don't care if it makes me look like an idiot because I have Cardinal spirit.
No, you don't look like an idiot, Howie. You look like a Cardinal athletic supporter.
And which I am. I am a Cardinal athletic supporter, and certainly I am just one of the many supporters for this volleyball team. I did it for the Joel and the football team, but certainly we were at the volleyball game, obviously, and we're going to have highlights here as they're going to take on the Anoka Tornadoes. Do you like this hat? There's a picture of some hair. I wanted Joe to win that, but it's a colorful Cardinal crowd on hand at Roger E. Carlson Field.
Glad that when the volleyball fans decided to get you a 10-gallon hat, they got you a real 10-gallon hat. I asked you for a sombrero. Tell you I'll do a Mexican hat dance, and you come back with one the size. It's not even the size of a pita.
It was a little bigger than a pita because I had a pita with me and I measured it, and so it was just a little bit bigger.
I wanted the big. You know, see now I need the big sombrero, and we could be like. Cisco Kid.
I tried to get you the big one. The burro wouldn't let me take it from him, so I had to get you the small one.
Oh, you took it off already.
Oh, you know, how's my hair? Is it okay?
It's all right. It's all right.
It's getting a little warm under these lights with that big felt hat on, or that foam hat on.
You just complain too much. That's what I think.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
You bet.
I appreciate that.
I thought it was a good look for you, personally.
Well, you know, it is a good look for me. I have one, but it's not in red at home. It's more a blue hat, and it's about the same size. But I'll wear the red because I'm a true Cardinal fan.
Wear that out two-stepping every Friday night, right?
I do.
All right. Well, let's turn our attention from the hard court to the water and try and get a little more serious. It's kind of tough when you have a big, huge foam 10-gallon hat on stage with you or on set with you, whatever.
Say my head was.
Either way, the car. No, that's my head.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, Joe, you know we've been able to cover a lot of highlights in this half hour. Well, you looking for that hat? Do you want me to put that hat back on?
It's the best highlight of the show, Howie.
I know.
But I do also. I want to say one more time that these guys are the best. I'm not sure who's wearing your hat there, Howie. I'm not sure what his name is, but you got to love him for making that sign. And I know the guy in the middle there was Paul Cito.
Come on, keep it going.
But yeah, I mean these guys come out. They've got the knee-high Pippi Longstocking socks.
Right.
They got bright colored wigs. They got great big
hats.
Great big red foam hats. They're dancing. The one guy's got the star sunglasses and the tambourine. They're all wearing volleyball jerseys. That is the spirit of being a fan.
And it's the way that high school athletics should be, because really all the athletes support all the sports. We see all the athletes support the football team. We see them come to the volleyball matches, the swimming meets, everything, the soccer games. And really, I commend all the students and parents and faculty here at Coon Rapids, because they really support their Cardinals well.
Well, I tell you what, if you want Howie to wear that hat each and every week here on Sports Night, just give us a call and let us know. We'll see what we can do. The feedback line is 767-6526. And now they move to 2-2.
Well,
and you know, Howie, you get to wear a hat one week, and I get to wear one the next week. I got to thank Dan Anderson and friends. That's what the note said. Dan Anderson and friends for. I have no idea where they were able to find Mexican hats.
Joe, that is sombrero, man. I'll tell you.
Sombrero. Well, I tell you what, it says Mexico on the front. It doesn't fit in the picture, but you know, you gotta love this. And just one thing, it reminds me, something my mom used to always say, well, my dad actually, keep your big mouth shut.
See, you know, you ask for things and you get it. And actually,
right.
I think
Be careful what you wish for.
It improves your looks a little bit, I think so.
Especially when I go like
you
this.
go like that, they can't see your face. It's siesta time on Sports Night.
All right, but in all seriousness, it's kind of hard to...
It's hard to be serious when you're wearing that big sombrero.
That's true. A lot of people would say Osseo at 0-4. They're a team that the Cardinals can kind of take the week off of, but you know, you can't lose them all. So if they are still winless going into that final week of football, I would say the Cardinals have more to be concerned about than if they win one of the next two games.
Well, as Coach Koppel told me, never look past an opponent, and certainly I'm sure that's exactly what he's going to tell his squad. Obviously, you come into Blaine, it's a huge game. It's just a huge game. They're playing in Blaine, and they'll be up for this contest.
Well, is why I love Mexico so much. I forgot.
Well, that goes that way. And I just couldn't let you go without wearing my cowboy hat that also was provided by the football team Joel Rumpsch gave to me.
You know, I'm thinking this should be standard wear every week, maybe.
How about just every day? You just wear this wherever you go. Yeah, this will be part of our CTN wardrobe. I like that. What do you think? Works?
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, just a burro. We'll get you a burro with a poncho.
Yeah, the great thing about sombreros is, you know, I could just go like this and...
Yeah, like normal. But we won't dwell on that subject.
All right, well, if you just want to tell us that the hats look silly and that we shouldn't wear them, or that we should wear them every day, give us a call on the feedback line. Anything else you have to say, feel free, of course. That number is 767-6526. So want to mention on the feedback line all this week, call in with your suggestions. A little bit of a challenge.
We'll throw one out.
If the Cardinals can beat the Blaine Bengals and move on to the state tournament, we're not sure what we're going to do. We'll give you a chance to maybe decide our punishment. Is Howie going to lose the mustache? Am I going to be a redhead? Are we both going to be bald? I don't know. Maybe you can decide. Call in with your suggestions. That number is always 767-6526.
I want to make one clarification about that challenge. You know, it can be very difficult for me to shave any part of my head or face. So let's.
Oh, don't worry, I'll do it for you.
I'm sure. You know, the most original thing we could come up with is I was wearing the cowboy hat the wrong way, and I thought, well, you know, we've kind of done that one already, so we should do something a little bit more interesting.
I'm thinking, you know, maybe Howie goes platinum blonde.
Oh.
Oh, there's an idea.
Okay.
An idea. I could go maybe orange.
Orange, and maybe wear some of your wife's clothes. But then you do that normally, so that's something out of the ordinary we want to go for.
People here don't know about this.
Well, you want to know me?
Also want to remind you, the challenge is out there. Let us know what we should do as far as if the Cardinals can beat the Bengals and move on to the state tournament. We will announce the winner of the challenge contest during the game on Friday, and I'm really hoping that all of you vote for shaving Howie's mustache.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that, Joe. Well, I don't know how you gracefully go. I will try from wrestling to gymnastics. Certainly, totally.
I would have tried to bring up a segue for you there, Howie. I was working. I was thinking.
You know what? I was thinking for you, so I appreciate that.
But we'll just skip it. We'll just
go to the mat. From the mat to, well, the mat, I guess, huh? In a way.
Okay, I'm not sure how there's a mat in wrestling, but go ahead.
Okay. When it comes to spectator sports in America, gymnastics doesn't rank very high, but is one of the most physically demanding yet graceful sports known to all.
Okay, before we go absolutely any further, Howie, I just got to say that going into that, my mouth got ahead of my brain, which
your brain was on the water.
Before.
You know, your brain was, you had water on the brain.
That's right, because I don't know, I'm thinking about swimming. I'm already thinking about next week. We don't have swimming in this week's show.
No.
And I meant to say there's no mat in swimming.
There's a raft in swimming, not a mat.
Only for you. Only for you. But we will, before we go any further, I just want to say, clear that up, that, yeah, you're right. You don't need to rewind it. I said I don't know what a mat has to do with wrestling, which is one of the silliest things I may have ever said.
Not even close.
Also have boys swimming. Gotta point that out.
Yeah, there's no mat in swimming.
There's no mat in swimming and diving, and that is what my point was with the whole no mat in wrestling.
Okay.
But all right, Howie, you didn't need to bring that back.
Yeah,
up.
I did. You know I had to. But
you hurt my feelings.
You know, we'll be at the hockey game tomorrow night, so
all right, you're right. That's
game.
right. Should be stronger than they were last year. Martha Paulson, definitely a big loss inside. They're one of the best shot blockers in Cardinal history, but you know, they do have a couple of big girls in there to take her place. Could get some height from Martha Paulson, Sarah Langfeld. They got Andrea Ludwig, who's a younger player who can come in and play center. She still needs to fill out a little bit and get some more varsity experience, but you know, you return Carly Allen, Chrissy Anderson, Lisa Juth on the wing. They got Brianna Rapaz on the wing. I could go all day. The team, you know this is a good team when I show up at a preview to do the preview piece, and I already know everybody on the floor.
Oh, exactly.
You know it's going to be a good team.
And I just want to correct. No, I don't like to really correct you, but you mentioned they were going to lose Martha Paulson. It's Sarah Walby they lost from a year ago, and certainly they will have. That's okay. They will have Martha Paulson in there to play the middle, and they're certainly they're going to need her with her height and certainly under the boards.
Absolutely, Sarah Walby.
Yes, it was Sarah Walby, not
Walby.
Martha Paulson.
That we lost to graduation.
Yes.
One of the most prolific shot blockers in Cardinal history
Of all time.
All right. Well, you can still come see Martha.
Yes.
She'll be out there.
Well, she will be there.
Guaranteed. What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up?
Howie Shapiro, Joe Young. Happy to be back for another edition of CTN Sports Night.
Yeah, Joe, you know, we've got a lot of highlights, but before we get started, I just want to personally, I'm not sure if you're getting the credit that you deserve, because you are certainly at every event. You are the true voice of Cardinal sports. And, you know, Joe, I just want to tip my hat to you in recognition of the fine work that you do. And is that how you told me to read it? Yeah.
All right,
okay, yeah, that's what you wrote for me.
Thanks, man.
Well, you can pay me after the show,
Okay.
no problem. We don't have to show them that, you know, we want to think it's true and it's real, this admiration I have for you.
That's right. Non-solicited, right?
Yeah.
It's, of course, been a very busy show, and you might not have missed Howie, but I'm guessing you did, because everybody misses Howie. As a matter of fact, when I was out at the Nordic Ski thing, I don't know. Everybody seems to know Howie. We had a little Howie cheer. That is as much a Howie we could get. I hope he's enjoying himself in Mexico.
wasn't going to school because I was hanging with the wrong crowd. And one day, I was put into juvie for 2 stolen cars, robbery of a house, and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. When I was locked up, that's when I really realized that, I mean, it wasn't for me. Like, I was only in there 2 months, but to me, that was enough. It'd be better for me to stay in school, just get my education. I think I'm happier now. I know I'm happier now.
We're getting you as close to the teams as you can be without smelling the sweat.
Sportsnight rules!
You got to hand it to the girls hockey players. They know good TV when they see it, Howie.
They certainly do, Joe. And you know what? Pretty good video film there on the ice in the girls' hockey at the very end. That was filmed by our own Joe Young, donned his pair of skates, and skated around for about 3 minutes till he got tired.
Until I got really... water. Yeah, something like that. But Rebecca Traynor took the win in 2:04.37, 100 breaststroke. Lindsay Swanson took first place, 1:15.84, and 400 free relay. Coon Rapids came in third, just over 4 minutes in that event.
Good job, Joe.
Try it. You know, we do have a little monitor right here, but it's not working tonight, so I got to look way over there, and the eyes get a little squinty, and I don't know. Apparently, I can still read from that far away.
Yeah, apparently I cannot. So fortunately for us, that you can.
The craziness here, and remind you, of course, to get out and vote on November 7th. And if you're still up in the air about your presidential vote, maybe don't want to vote for George W., or you don't want to vote for the vice president, or you don't want to vote for Ralph Nader, I got an idea. Write in Yund Shapiro 2000.
That's right.
We are out to prove that the popular vote can upset the Electoral College.
You know, and speaking of vote, Joe, I just want to know how you did in that Wayne Newton lookalike contest.
Okay, Howie. Just because I won, you didn't have to point. Actually, I took second place. I lost to. No, all right, I'm not going to go there. Anyway.
Well, you know, I'm not sure if we're going to have an opportunity to do a swim meet again this year, but you know, hopefully we'll have a little bit of help. I think some people said we did a pretty good job. Maybe that was tongue in cheek. I'm not really sure, but certainly, and always exciting to do a swim meet.
Well, wasn't it something like you guys did a good job? If someone out there didn't know much about swimming, they wouldn't know that you didn't know what you were talking about.
Yeah, we did a good job for not knowing what the heck we were talking about. Yeah. Big plans, Joe, for Halloween night. Going to be giving out candy.
Are you?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I would, except nobody comes to my house.
There's a reason for that.
Well, yeah, but we won't go into that. Way too many reasons. Something about the health department tape around the perimeter.
All right.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Roger E. Carlson Fieldhouse for a first ever Sports Night event, a regular season on-site Sports Night.
Joe, I really like this. A great atmosphere. You've got the gym behind you. So you got players shooting baskets. No better scene than having a sports night.
It just makes you feel sportsy all over. Of course, this is the first ever snow postponement for Sports Night as well. The show coming to you a day late, but certainly not $1 short. And we've got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about, Howie.
We do. And I was trying to get a helicopter to airlift us into last night, but just couldn't do it.
You know, funny enough, they can't fly helicopters in snowstorms.
That's probably why I couldn't get it.
All right, and it's not in our budget either.
Well. Say one thing before we go into gymnastics, from the feedback line that I wanted to get make a comment. Everyone wants to see us do another show from here, or if they like us better behind the desk, maybe that's something that they can call and let us know.
Well, you know, I'm kind of liking it. Good depth back there. We got the ball going on. The Cardinals warming up for the big matchup tonight, and of course, we will be covering the varsity event. This is the JV team out warming up right now, but A lot of fun. I like the. It's always fun it's always good to be in a gym in any sort of arena. For me, I'm a sports freak. But let's go on. Stop talking about that basketball going on back there. And as I mentioned,
Joe, how appropriate for our next topic? We're going to talk a little basketball. Background.
Basketball.
We will talk boys and girls, but I think we'll hit the girls first. Great to be back. Fall sports. I can't think of too many things better in life. How about you?
I can think of one.
Really? What is it?
That's winter sports.
Yeah, but
that's when they play hockey.
Okay, but let's back up a sec. Fall comes before winter, so let's talk about fall sports.
You're right, and it's good to be back, and kids are coming back to school. The air is changing. It's starting to get a little cooler out, and you know what that means.
That means football. It has to be football.
It is football season. You can see the team back here, and the Cardinals are looking pretty good this year.
They're going to, I think, have a good squad, and it'll be a little different squad from last year. So let's get into it.
I tell you what, I'd love to start with football, but it's just not the way it's going to happen. We got so many new things going on in the Coon Rapids Athletic Department, I thought we would start with the new things.
Okay, fine, I can do that, but then we'll talk football.
Okay.
Okay. Let's do it.
So now that we've talked about the new conference, let's start talking about sports. What should we start with?
Let's start with football.
No.
You're disappointing me, Joe.
Well, I have to because, as I mentioned, there's so much new stuff going on. The boys' soccer team has a brand new head coach.
They do, and in fact, they opened. By the time you see this, they have opened up their season.
Absolutely, and looking pretty bright for the boys' soccer team. New coach, new team, new attitude.
A new attitude for the football team behind us too. So let's talk football.
I love football, Howie, and I'd love to get to it, but right now I thought, since we did boys soccer, we should probably just move right into girls soccer.
Well, it makes some sense. We'll get to football, but stuff coming off a loss. You've got to replace a couple All-State players. There's some holes to fill for this girls soccer team.
And they're not the only ones dealing with the loss of a team leader.
Absolutely. Football, for example, they lost Clay Buckberger. They're going to have to replace the running game. Let's go.
That's true. It's definitely true. But I was thinking water.
Water, yeah. You know what? They look like they could use a little water. I know I could. Is that what you meant?
I was thinking a bigger body of water, like swimming. You see, the swimming team lost their lead swimmer in Sarah Walby, who is now swimming in Division I out in Wisconsin. So they've got some big shoes to fill as well. But I thought we'd come out of the water and right onto the court.
Well, but Joe, the football team plays on the grass, not on the court.
Made you think I was talking about football?
Well, I just think football all the time. I guess we're talking about something else.
I figured since we were swimming, we'd stay indoors. Okay,
so I suppose you want to talk about a little volleyball.
It's not a bad idea.
Okay. We have a good excitement about this volleyball squad. But you know what? I've been really patient with you. It's long enough. It's time to talk football.
Well, we are outside. The football team is right there.
It's very good. Right there.
But
don't tell me.
Sorry, Howie. I thought, since we have a net in volleyball, we'd talk about another game with a net.
What does the net have to do with it?
I don't know. Why not? It keeps you in suspense. Howie, you know what I never could get into about tennis?
Well, I'm going to take a guess at it. How about running?
That is a darned fine guess because, it's just too much running.
Well, the football team, they do a lot of running. In fact, Clay Buckberger gained 1,200 yards. Let's talk football.
Not quite, because football players, they do a lot of running. They actually do more running in practice than they do in the games, because in the games, they only run for about 10 seconds.
You better be careful, because I'm sure a lot of them could catch you.
Oh, I guarantee any of them could catch me, but they only run for about 10 seconds and they huddle up. I can handle that. That's why I played football. But these next athletes, they run and they run and they run.
Joe, we've covered them all except for one sport. And that one sport is what?
Football.
Absolutely football.
I've been keeping myself calm, and I've been trying to keep you calm the whole show, but I am very excited about this year's Cardinal football team.
Well, keeping me calm is not easy to do, but one thing it is easy to do is to get excited about this Cardinal football team. They're coming off a 4-5 season. They had some big upsets. They lost a couple of close games, and they also have some holes to fill. Replacing Clay Buckberger, who gained 1,200 yards, is going to be one of those big holes that they need to fill.
course, my favorite, the winter season in Minnesota, you got hockey, you got basketball, wrestling, we got gymnastics, we got all kinds of things going on. It's getting colder out, there's snow. I'm excited.
Winter's here. And, you know, and Joe, just looking at the rundown of what we're doing tonight, I thought we were going to tease you a little bit and put hockey last, like you did to me with football. But
well, you know, I thought about that, Howie, but the fact is that only one team in the winter season has already gotten out and started playing, and that's the girls' hockey team. So they have earned the right to lead off the show.
Okay, I'll buy that explanation for now.
It's a pretty good excuse, wasn't it?
Yeah, bad.
I thought so. I would love to see Howie in that every week, but I don't know if I could get through a show because obviously each time he's put it on, I'm pretty much broke out laughing.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you something. If I had to wear this hat every game, obviously I'd be seen no matter where I go. And Joe, you're right though. I would make sure you laughed, so that way I could take it off and
Well, I tell you what, Howie, in honor of the big hat. And instead of our normal wrap-up, the way we do it, I thought maybe we'd go out with a little cowboy theme.
Okay.
What do you think?
You know, I'm game if you are.
Are you ready to sing?
Yeah, I guess if I know what we're singing.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to